There, my name is Instructor Paul, and in this lecture, we're going to cover forests, trees, and domains. I'm going to be explaining what they are, and this is because I get a lot of questions about this, so I'm looking forward to giving this one to you. All right. So first, let's start with what is a Windows domain. Now, you've either seen this slide before or you're going to see it again. I know I've covered this before, but I just want to briefly go over it. It's a collection of resources. So if you think of user accounts, computers, printers, these are all objects that are represented within a Windows domain. And you should know that by now because I'm not sure exactly where this lecture is going to be placed, but at some point you'll be going over Active Directory and things like that. But that's what makes up a Windows domain. All right, now we have a Windows tree, and this is where the confusion starts. A tree is a collection of domains that share a contiguous namespace. Now that doesn't really tell you a whole lot and it sounds kind of confusing, but if you look at this, we have instructorpaul.com and then we have courses.instructorpaul.com and sales.instructorpaul.com. Now the two domains beneath instructorpaul.com, you can see that instructorpaul.com is highlighted in bold. So I think you can see my mouse cursor here, maybe not sure. We have instructorpaul.com bold and it's highlighted because that is the contiguous namespace. Now I have kind of a graphical representation of that here. You can see, instructorpaul.com, and then that is linked with a subdomain, courses.instructorpaul.com, and there's also the subdomain sales.instructorpaul.com. This would be a tree because it's a collection of domains that share contiguous namespace. It doesn't have to be 3 domains, it could be 2, but just in this reference we use 3. It could be 5 domains, and you can really, it can be as deep as you'd like it to be, but it needs to at least be 2 domains. All right. Now let's talk about what a Windows forest is. A forest is 2 or more domain trees which do not share a contiguous namespace. So if you think about Instructor Paul and InstructorRobert.com, if these are 2 completely separate domain names, and I could have named it something other than Instructor Paul and Instructor Robert because that kind of sounds similar, but if you had domain A and domain B and you connected these 2 with a trust, you would have a forest. Okay, and that's assuming that those were all individual trees. So here we can see that we have test.com over here on the right side, and then we have sub.test.com and dim.test.com. And I'm not sure why I said dim there. I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's a really bad, poor name. I must have been tired or something when I did that. Anyways, so these 3 are a tree, because if I go back to the other slide really fast, here we can see this is what a tree looks like. They're sharing a contiguous namespace, right? So these are all sharing contiguous namespace. This is a tree. And then we have my tree over here, instructorpaul.com, courses, and sales.instructorpaul.com. And these 2 trees are connected by a domain trust. Now, whenever you have 2 trees in the IT world, that constitutes a forest. Of course, you wouldn't go outside and see 2 trees in the middle of a field and say, oh, there's a forest over there. But in the IT world, 2 trees do constitute a forest. All right. So a forest is a collection of trees. A tree is a collection of domains. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Great job getting through this one, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.